when it's there. All right, we're gonna go over here to the live feed, so we can get in the chat room and we can like update people with the scores right here.
Okay.
So we'll be doing
Can we see like how many people are listening?
Yeah, it'll say like 2 people watching now. We don't anticipate huge crowds for prelims.
Okay.
It's more as a service for people we're doing it for Mount Michael because a lot of their parents are out of town or out of the area.
Yeah.
So that they can watch.
Okay, cool.
All right, so we're live. Here comes the feed. And then we'll kind of butts with the camera as needed throughout the bout.
Cool.
All right, hello everybody. This is Greg.
This bout will start in 2 to 3 minutes. Hey, Nicholas. Nicholas, so you got 2?
Yeah, this is Greg. I'm your typical live stream host, and we also have an atypical live stream host. Joining me in the broadcast booth, which is the first 2 chairs in one of the seating sections, is Sarah. Sarah, would you like to say hello?
Hey everybody, I'm Sarah. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, so apologies ahead of time.
Good. Set expectations low.
Yeah.
So that you can only jump over.
You'll be really impressed with my abilities to not totally screw.
So in this bout, you guys are going to be hearing from teams from Duchesne. You're going to be hearing from Creighton Prep. Those are 2 teams that have been in this since the beginning. So you're going to see some of our exciting 4th-year students in this bout. You saw a few of them if you were watching the live stream for Westside's bout. There were a couple of those students that have been in.
That means some of them are going to have gone freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
Yep, our first graduating class of LTAB students.
I feel so old.
Yeah, you're telling me. So this is a bout with it's got Creighton Prep, it's got Duchesne in it. It also has Omaha South, which is a really great team. They've been growing and developing and getting more and more confident each year. And they just won their bout the other night, I think.
Yeah, they did.
So Omaha South is coming in with a 1. Duchesne is coming in with a 1. They're both trying to secure a spot in semifinals. And then also Mount Michael is in this bout. Mount Michael is consistently one of the most entertaining teams. They come from a private boys academy out a few miles northwest of Omaha. And it's a really interesting team that always generates unexpected writing. I know one of their poets is named Taesong, and he is always a crowd favorite. So, yeah, it's going to be a really cool bout. Pass the link along. It's youtube.com/LTAB-Omaha. And, let people know. Sarah, you work on the intern squad.
I do.
Do you guys have a team? Do you have a squad name?
We don't have a squad name. Maybe we should get some suggestions.
Okay. Well, we'll entertain suggestions for our intern squad name in the live stream chat. But what sort of work have you guys been doing?
Well,
what have you been up to?
Since January, we've been working really hard on a bi-monthly newsletter, which is www.ltabgreatplains.wordpress.com, I believe. And in that blog, we have a number of sections that we keep up consistently, like hashtag LTAB problems, where we have a paragraph or 2 about some of the biggest problems that LTAB competitors might have, like stage fright or inspiration to write a poem, or even something as simple as like not to get competition in the way. The point is not the point. The point is the poetry.
Yep.
We also interview different poets. We focused on seniors for a while, talked about their experience with LTAB and what they love so much about it. Things like that. We also have a check this out section, which is usually a YouTube clip about someone doing performance poetry or something like that, just to get the kids excited and show them like how far you can go with slam poetry. You don't have to stop in high school and things like that.
I'm gonna turn the camera around on us. We're actually on the camera.
This is so weird.
So you can see what's ours. So yeah, what have you found in like? This is like my 3rd year with LTAB, so this kind of amazingness is just a little bit old hat for me.
Mm-hmm.
But what has your first year around this been like?
It's been really incredible. My experience with slam poetry was mostly just like the things that you find on YouTube and things like that. Mm-hmm. But I've always been a huge advocate for personal expression, especially in high schoolers and grade schoolers. And coming here, it really opens your eyes and makes you realize just how intelligent these kids are and how talented they are. I always knew these kids were intelligent. I knew that they were going places, but this is definitely just like a huge wake-up call to the kinds of possibilities that are opening up to them.
Cool. All right. Thank you for your time. Yeah. You'll be with me the whole time. So we're going to switch the camera around to our Bout cam. Yeah, there we go.
And I'm Catherine Hedges.
And we will be your hosts tonight.
Slam poetry was invented in the 1980s by a Chicago poet and construction worker named Mark Smith.
So what?
And Louder Than a Bomb was created in Chicago by Kevin Koval and Anna West. Okay.
So what?
Yeah. And now we have Louder Than a Bomb, Great Plains, which is in its 4th year and has worked with 35 teams from across Nebraska and Iowa, which is amazing, might I say? Yes.
All right, here's what's going to happen this wonderful evening. There's going to be 4 teams: Omaha South, Duchesne, Creighton Prep, and Mount Michael. We are going to, they have assembled between 4 and 10 young poets. The teams will send up 5 poems in a predetermined order. Each poem will be original work, last no longer than 3 minutes and 10 seconds unless you like penalties, that's fine.
Yeah, it's fun too.
And will not feature any props, costumes, or accompaniment from anyone other than competing poets. The 5th round will feature a 4-person group piece from each team that is able to field one.
And in the interest of creating a safest and most inclusive space possible, we ask that poems not contain profanity, sexually explicit or pornographic language, gratuitous violence, racial, ethnic, or gender slandering, homophobic, religious, or ableist, or otherwise discriminatory slurs, speech, or language. That said, some of our poets may issue a trigger warning if their poems contain potentially traumatic content, though that isn't required.
Okay, each poem will be scored by 5 judges. Who are our judges? Raise your boards.
Up high, up high.
Yeah, judges. This may be the only time you cheer for them tonight. Let's keep it going, yeah.
Keep it going.
They will judge on a scale from 0.0 to, which is just like you went on a blind date and then that person stood you up and then you walked home in the rain and then a car drove by and splashed you and then like something fell from a 2nd-story window and like hit you in your head and you woke up in the hospital.
Yeah.
That's a 0.0.
And a 10 is kind of like you're like levitating, like your whole body just lifts into the air and you're like looking down on yourself and you're like, wow, I feel really good right now. It's like
yeah, that's a 10.
Feels good. It's great.
Okay, and at the end of the bout, we'll drop the low score and the high score, then add the 3 middle scores for the poet's like main score on that bout or round.
You're doing good.
Okay. At the end of a bout, we will add a team score together, and whoever has the highest number wins the bout. Judges, keep your scores consistent. Don't let the audience sway you. You'll score a poem based on the merits of a poem, not based on how many people are on stage or how the audience reacts.
And what is the audience gonna do? Sway the judges! Yes. If you like something, what do I want to hear you do? What are you gonna do if you like it? Is that all you're gonna do? Is that all you're gonna do? Little Digger, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Yeah!
Okay, before we start the bout proper, because that's what that, yeah, okay. Let's first take out our pocket computers. Anyone? I don't have mine on me because it's off because yay.
We see you.
Turn it on silent, turn it off. Just like silent, no interruptions, because if someone's out here and they're like, look at my heart, it's beating, and you're like, boop, 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 then it's awkward and it's just like, what was that? And it's distracting.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. And with that being said,
Is there something?
Oh, wait. That's right. What? Calibrate. Since we're trying to recover from our blood stains last year, we have called it a calibration poet, which will help the judges to kind of figure out what the scoring process is all about and sort of
it's a practice round for the judges.
Practice round.
Yes.
It's for the judges. What about cell phones?
Yeah?
Yes. Okay. All right, sacrifice. Let's bring up our first sacrifice poet. Let's give a big hand for Andrew.
I wasn't even planning to perform today at all. So this was like 2 minutes ago. My name is Andrew Joseph O'Donnell. I am a junior at Westside High School, and I have consumed 9 shots of espresso today. So I'm like, so I'm good. I'll be fine. Is this mic even on? Okay, it's good. We're good. We're good. And this poem is entitled Untitled. There are nights when the river of piano melodies sweep me through my front door. The frozen December winds nod my naked toes unforgivingly as I exhale chemicals into gorgeous gusts into the clear air, as though to beg Mother Nature to share in my fatal choices with me. Brilliant collections of ancient gases illuminate the desolate darkness above me. In the far distance, a singular star burns brighter than the rest. I fixate my gaze into the eye of its pupil. I am convinced that this star is moving, an odyssey solely for me, and I dare not to blink. Its heavenly dance, meant to ignite my soul and dare my humanity to wish upon it, to wish for something more, for all the impossibilities that I have locked within my weathering veins. It dares me to once again find peace in the breezes of the night, the whispers of past generations still trapped between rustling hollow tree branches and the cold barrenness of once occupied nests perched in old wood. It challenges me to accept my pulse, to allow the earth to feel me again, to live a life full of poetry worth writing onto physical paper that once held a robin's nest that swayed in the breeze somewhere in the world. I want so badly to remember the touch of Mother Earth's lips against my bruised elbows, to run through her grasp with bare feet, finding serenity and wonder in the permeating calm that resonates from the fresh dew between my torn toes. I wish I could live again. I wish I could breathe again. But somewhere in the cold, unforgiving winter sky over a silent city in Nebraska, a soul airplane is a deceptive dream.
All right, that was a clearing poet from West Side. What'd you think, Sarah?
I really liked it. He uses really great imagery, and he really gives us a great callback.
All right, judges, you get 3 seconds because I'm mean. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Okay, we have an 8.4, an 8.5, an 8.8, 8.5, and a 9.
Woo! And again, those are just test scores to get the judges warmed up.
For our first official bout of the day, for our first official poet, it is from Omaha South. Give a big hand.
South. Yeah, Kira.
My name is Kira Cobbs. I'm from Omaha South High. And this is My Porcelain Angel, and it's to my sister Kayla. When angels cry, I bet their tears are crystal. Lingering, solid, perfected shadow, slipping off their porcelain chins, never hitting the clouds, just floating back into the air, forming into stars. Stars that stare back down at you with shining eyes of unshared comforts, unable to fulfill prayers. See, this is nothing but a teardrop. One that will never grow old, never fade or change. Rolling out like cut-off faucets, your hands can't even keep up with the wiping, your chest tightening, a question you can't even come up with, but you want the answer to. You're wondering, is this what heartbreak feels like? Twisting, pulling, bones cracking, veins screeching, tearing, and all the emotion in your face is the twitch in your right eye. Someone give her a cough drop. Her throat is hatching like mother birds giving birth to the same chick twice, except their births were a bliss. Her hair is breathing as she beats her head of whys and knows this is her winning, but she can't take it. Grab the pillow, kill it fiercely. You don't need another scar. Her fingers fiending, she can't. This is what letting go is. She doesn't want it. She wants it. She needs it. She knows this. She knows this. And with all the warmth and strength, she struggles to keep him in. Let him go. Let him be free. Let him soar. Let him shine. Like the first night you saw him, hair like the sunset. Is it red or is it orange? He forms his arms. Like the mark, get set, go, gunshot. He's ready to swim. His wings stiff and full of energy, the energy you don't have anymore. He's draining you. He'll swim right out of you. He's hurting you like you're paralyzed. Don't make excuses. Let him go, or he'll drag you with him and kill you. He didn't want you. Let him go. Let him be free. He'll need you. When he sees that your tears are crystal, hovering in the air in a glass cloud of anguish, you never knew it. Why do your tears fall so easily? No, never hitting the clouds, forming liquid perfectly like a window that can't shield itself from the rain. You stand there shadowing, waiting. Crystal tears floating perfectly onto a memorable mirror. You never knew it. Your chin was porcelain. How did you not know it? It broke so easily.
That was Kira from South, one of their most experienced poets.
Yeah.
Interesting to see it open with a kind of gentle poem. What did you think?
Yeah, it definitely set the mood.
Okay.
I think
All
it
right.
just set a really high bar for all the other poets as well. You can tell she's experienced.
Yeah.
You guys feel pretty good? Enough waiting. Okay, enough waiting. Get some scores up. All right. From here to there, we got an 8.8, a 9.3, an 8.9, an 8.5, and an 8.6. Applaud the poet. Woo!
Next we have Duchesne.
Hi, I'm Maya Carl-Kinney. I am a sophomore at Duchesne, and this is What Girls Wear. We were born of clay and immaterial regrets, summoned from molten lava with bags of blood and sticks of bone. We were both clothed in sprinkles of fur, both swaddled in robes of mud until we stopped drinking water and he started drinking wine, until his steps ascended and ours descended, until we became pretty. When clay was melted and sculpted into a statue, something inanimate, something to be observed from afar, something that was a blotch on his background. When our faces swallowed our words and hungry little babies crumpled our thoughts in their fat fists, immaterial regrets, never materializing because we don't regret and he does. We regret something, anything, so he put us in dresses to stop us from running away from him, so that our legs would caught up in our inferiority. He gave us gold too heavy to climb in, gave us corsets that lace by lace stifled any protest, ripped the stitch lining of lungs, turned diaphragms inside out, and threaded them between ribs that are not even ours, because man birthed woman from the womb of a rib. They stuffed any space left with frothy lace, tipped white like ocean waves, to remind us that we are drowning. They gave us stilettos to remind us of our downhill slope, peppered us with powder for our faces that settled in our lungs. They stitched their inescapable superiority into bleached bonnets, burned away their unnamed fears with curling irons. They told us to look your best, dear, but neglected to mention what would happen if we did. For birthdays, little boys get toy swords. They are the ones that will combat injustice, but injustice has such lovely wrappings. We forget it is hiding under the big pink bow. We forget it is sewn into the princess costumes, to the puffed purple sleeves, to the glitter-encrusted shoes, to the little tin crown. That means we have a kingdom the boys will fight for while we look our best. It means fighting died with dignity, because nobody saves anybody with lipstick.
All right, that was Duchesne. They have a long history of exploring gender politics and poetry.
And feminism is a hot button issue this year too.
Definitely,
Yeah.
always strong writing on that. But that was great.
All right. Okay, just need one more. All right, and from low to high, we have an 8.5, an 8.7, an 8.9, a 9.4, and a 9.6. In our next round, give a big round of applause for Creighton Pratt.
Hello, I'm Matthew Vescio, and I'm a student at Creighton Prep. And this poem is titled Childhood. I was a young lad, sitting on my chair in the early morning hours. I was dragged into the computer adventures of a talking purple car named Putt Putt. He was on the computer screen before me, and it was here, at this time and place, that my dad asked for my presence. He was down on one floor in the family room watching television. He wanted to show me something. So when I looked at the screen, my curiosity grew at the sight of a strange being. As far as I could tell, it was a giant monster standing over a prairie, claiming victory over an opponent. There was a few minutes left until the movie ended, and that one followed afterwards. It was there again, the giant monster. He was taking on two monster opponents, whilst teaming up with another. I was sitting there for the next hour until my parents forced me to stop, for the Sunday service was minutes from starting. That giant monster never left my mind. I was not filled with fear, but rather wonder and awe. Years passed as I rented its movies, bought its toys, and gathered with its followers in Chicago. My classmates had Pokemon, as well as Batman and Superman. But I had the giant monster. This giant monster was Godzilla. He brought me into the world of monster movies, formed from the minds of John Carpenter and Ray Harryhausen. It was here that I branched out into science fiction, where Steven Spielberg and George Lucas became an inspiration for me. Today, I will step into any conversation having to do with movies. You can say that my passion for film started with Godzilla. He is still with me to this day, whether on my mind or my shelves, teaching me more and more. It is silly to say something fictional is real, but when a fictional thing has an influence on one's life, does that not give it a sense of having a real connection? He defines my childhood. And a childhood like that is something special, as well as something that is hard to forget. Thank you.
Cool. A lot of introspective writing in this first round so far, right?
Yeah, definitely. These kids definitely know where they're going.
Scores for art! Yay! Okay, all right. Whenever you guys are ready. All right. Wait it out, wait it out. All right, I think that's everybody. All right, from left to right, we have an 8.5, an 8, an 8, an 8.2, and an 8.4. All right. And in our next round, we have Mount Michael.
Mount Michael is up now. I'll be back with the scores for Creighton.
I'm Joey Recker, and I'm from Mount Michael.
Great Smoothie Cat!
And this piece is called Gethsemane's Kitchen. A bright, vivid light floods the kitchen and fills it with warmth, illuminating the bacon grease-stained walls. These walls that held my youth in every smear of grit and dirt. The dusty wood floor turned a dark gray by the chemical saliva of inadequate dishwashers, lined with faint traces of my nosebleeds spent running frantically to the sink. An art gallery of children's masterpieces on the wall, each more spontaneous and tacky than the last. A special spot just for me and my sister's twin framed pieces of what I now call, look at her semi-decent depiction of a wheelbarrow in a garden and my colorful lines. The cupboards, broken or missing handles, forcing us to open them by pinching the edges, carefully sliding out the bursting contents of pens, old keys, and phone books. Sticky spots of Diet Coke clinging to the ceiling, from when I punctured a frozen can in curiosity and exclaimed, "I'm in a Diet Coke shower." The homemade chalkboard, decorated with the brilliant scrawls and scratches of the infant neighbor children, whenever they graciously let themselves into the sanctuary that always welcomed them. The carpet, drenched in dust, hair, and birthday cake crumbs from cakes carried across the room to eyes waiting eagerly. The kitchen wasn't pretty, but it was perfect. Why did you order these men with heavy boots to come, strip the colorful lines and wheelbarrow in the garden from the walls, to take their hammers to the beautiful off-white walls and chalkboard? They removed the dishwasher with sledgehammers, like a villain in a horror movie hacks out a kidney with an ice pick, and with it my nose bleeds. They paint over the Diet Coke on the ceiling, blotting out the best shower I've ever had. The new matte floor smirks smugly, unlike the warm smile from the dusty ones now gone. The carpet has disappeared. My bare feet feel cold on the bare floor. I stand in the nakedness of the still not done kitchen. I look at the shadows cast by the dim bulb hanging from the lamp in the backyard. It is dark. It is night. It is only dark.
That was a poet from Mount Michael. It's always interesting to see what the kids do to their connection. The kitchen is definitely a great way to
All right, we have one
childhood.
more story, and then we move on to the next bout.
How was that
All right,
poem?
guys,
It's
ready?
really nice.
Cool.
It's a round. It's not about. I know. All right, and so from left to right, we have an 8.6, an 8.7, an 8.8, an 8.8, and an 8.4.
Let's hear it for the poets in this round. Okay. To start off round 2, we have Duchesne.
So that's a 26.1 for Mount Michael. Cool stuff. Duchesne's back.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rin Henning, and I'm from Duchesne. And this poem is called On Finding That Time Is Not What You Expected. I am a weeping specter with a crown of bloodied feathers. Worship me and let me put my hands on your starched blouses. I have been crying since the beginning of time. If you listen, you can hear the voices from inside my head. You can hear anything from them you believe you will. Let me braid a lace veil from spider's web. Let me pour thick honey wine into dimpled copper cups. Sit down, traveler. I have been waiting for you to join me. The moss here is deep green and the soil is black. Take a seat at the table. Let the earth greet the soles of your feet, the soul inside that frail human chest. Don't worry, traveler. The blood will weather away with your bones. The roots of these ancient trees will forget you soon enough. We will toast to the passage of time and to the birds with broken necks, to nakedness before God and to human idolatry of beautiful ghosts. The first time you say my name is the last time it comes from outside of me. Your voice joins the chorus. I am full of my own identity echoed back. As for what happens after we die, traveler, you can tell me nothing I don't already know.
Alrighty. That was a poet from Duchesne. I really love that moment where a poet recaptures their words.
Yeah.
It's always nice.
Yeah, one thing that some people always note about LTAB is how supportive the environment is.
3, 2,
Yeah.
1, scores. Okay, we have an 8.9, an 8.8, a 9.0, an 8.6, and an 8.8. Applause for poets. In the next round, we have Creighton Prep.
I'm Hap Hausman from Creighton Prep, and this poem is called Speak. I'm too quiet. I'm too awkward. I need to talk more. I need to be, shut up, shut up, shut up! I don't care, all right? I don't care what you want me to be. But since you won't stop, I'll speak. I'll speak, but you won't like what I have to say. You're loud, you're arrogant, you're manipulative. You make me want to rip out my eardrums. You think I'm quiet? That's because you won't let me speak. You talk over me every time I try. And when I get a word in, you shoot me down immediately. You say that you want me to speak, but you just want to play with your food because you know it won't fight back. Well, guess what? I'm done. I'm done putting up with your crap. You wanted to hear me speak? Well, I will speak. You talk and talk and talk and complain about everybody. As if you're better than them. As if you didn't have flaws yourselves. Well, what if I told you you weren't as great as you think? What if I told you that you're selfish and arrogant, cruel and angry? You think you're above everyone, above hurting people. You can't be above everybody. You can't manipulate people, and you can't hurt people and treat them like crap and expect everyone to be okay with it. What's that? I'm lying? You're not arrogant and I'm stupid? Open your eyes, or at least think. If you don't listen to what I'm saying and don't think about what I'm trying to tell you and take into consideration that what I'm saying might be true, then why should I listen to anything you say? Why should I even care? You think you're above it all, but I won't let you kick me down to your level. And another thing, you're manipulative. You think you can get everyone to do what you want. I feel as though I shouldn't need to say more, but I will. You order people around like a general to drafted soldiers. But did you ever ask them if they wanted to do what you tell them? You tell people to follow you in your words as if they were religious doctrine. But did you wonder if they ever really wanted to? The truth is, they don't. You tell them to, and they're too nice to say no. And when you say things are good, they go with it, because they're too nice to tell you differently. Well, this is it. This is my one last act of compliance. The one you've been waiting for. The one you've been asking for. You've been telling me to speak since the day you met me. Well, now, here it is. This is exactly what you wanted. So shut up and listen to what I have to say. This time, stop talking and let me speak.
All right. Strong performance from Prep there. They were really late to kind of get a team together this year. Like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
We were like visiting and like recruiting and doing like singing Valentine visits with poetry. So it's great to see that they made it.
Yeah, definitely.
Strong performance.
2-1, judges up. All right. We have an 8.8, an 8.6, an 8.6, an 8.6, and an 8.7. A block of poets.
All righty. So a programming note, we are going to go dark on both the feed, camera and audio. This poet has requested not to be filmed. So we'll be back in a little bit. All right, so we couldn't live stream that one. You missed something special. That was a great piece from Mount Michael. I think the scores are going to bear that out.
3, 2, 1, scores, please.
Get it right.
Okay. We have a 9.4, a 9.6, a 9, a 9.2, and an 8.9. Applause. Next we have Omaha South.
All right, so that is Mount Michael high pointing the bout with a 27.6. Really great piece.
Really great. That was something special.
Yeah. South is up now.
This is a little bit okay. All right. Hello, my name is Vanessa Bustos and I am from South. I'm also a junior. So the name of my poem is My Beautiful Loved Land. My beautiful loved land, México lindo querido. Horrible things are said on the news where a brown-skinned raza is known for killing innocent women, children, and men, visiting their families on the south side of the border, where they flip a coin to see whether you live or die. México lindo querido. Is it tragic to hear that our beautiful land is being torn apart, all because of drugs and violence? Where even on the north side of the border, you hear the violence. The gabachos are afraid to go visit the beautiful land, breathe the fresh air, and see the stars in person, because they might not come back or possibly be found dead. LA newspaper reads, Mexico, drugs, violence, 4 youth hacked, slapped on the front page of a newspaper with disturbing images of those 4 youth. 47,515 people killed between December 2006 through November 2011 during the running of Felipe Calderón, all because of an offense against the drug cartel. Many more thousands are thought to have disappeared. The drug cartel runs our beautiful land. They poison the land with the devil's candy and make our families run in different directions as if we were playing a game of tag, where they tape our mouths so that we can't speak what we have in the field we call our mind. 43 students missing today, all because they took off the tape that was covering their mouth. Where is the justice? Where is the peace for the families of those 43 students missing, all because they weren't afraid to take off the tape? For those people that are still not found, they have a blessing because now they're part of our land. They help create new land so that every day when we wake up, we see the life just outside our window. The park that our parents played as little kids now is a place where the vagos hang out. But mi México lindo querido, you are still beautiful. Your bandera is known for the colors green, white, red. Green for the land, the trees, the landscape. White for the purity of those innocents before the demon captured them. Red for the battles we had to fight, physically and spiritually. México lindo querido, how much I love and miss you. Como te extraño.
That was Omaha South.
Judges, 3, 2,
drawing
1,
on some personal and familial
please.
connections for a great piece.
Okay, we have a 9.0, a 9.1, an 8.9, a 9.4, and a 10. Let's hear it for the poets in that round. Okay.
Okay, and in our next round, we have Mount Michael starting off. All right.
All right, so that was a 27.4 for South. I think that gives them the lead. In as much as we care about leads.
The title of my poem is, in Chennai, India, my grandfather buys rice and a stuffed bear for a father and his son. An ice cream smudge on my 9-year-old face, eggshell white contrasting caramel brown. Across from me, grandfather, white shirt parted at the collar, gold chain hanging loosely as an untied shoelace. As the last glob of ice cream plummets into my stomach, we slowly rise and exit. The street surges with people, the way dead leaves cover the ground on an October afternoon. Smells of marvelous food sweep the air, making it hard for me to breathe. The voices were louder than rain beating down on a metal ceiling. Cosmic colors were everywhere, making the city look like a giant color wheel. On the side of the street, we noticed a middle-aged man missing his left arm, screaming for money. Next, his boy missing his left leg. Both are shirtless, the boy's dusky skin making the red shimmer on a bracelet. His bones through his tight skin, cadaverous as the limbs of a newborn tree, his hair slick as if someone dumped olive oil all over his head. His shorts strained around his hip, making it look like it pained him. The father's long black beard is riven with strands of white hair, like strands of floss. His ribs jut out, visible to everyone, willing to not look away as bags under his eyes tried to stay attached to his face. And I looked at his feet, scarred and dried as burnt toast. My grandfather calmly asked this man and this child their story. The father spoke. His voice tremored like a skinny tree on a windy day, and he said, "I was a cop. I threw someone in jail hoping to bring peace and happiness to this ungrateful city. But the gang of this man took my son and cut off his leg. They took me and they cut off my arm. One night, they took torches to my house, and all I could see was fire."
Man, no, Michael.
Yeah.
Really pulling out the stops this year.
Yeah, we've had some serious pieces today.
Yeah. Really cool stuff. Oh, wait, that was prep, actually, I think. That was prep.
Yes.
No, Michael. That was prep. Cool job, prep.
A 9.5, an
Nice.
8.8, an 8.7, and a 9.0. All right, on that poet. And next we have Omaha South.
No, that was correct. Yeah, that was correct.
Yeah. So that was prep. Oh.
Okay, that last poet is official. It's from Mount Michael, and then we're watching Omaha South.
I'll fix that.
And I'm gonna dedicate this poem to a friend I lost a couple days ago. He went to Omaha North. His name was Andrew Wishart. He was an amazing kid. So this poem's for him. It's called "Tears on My Phone." Yeah, okay. The real is back. The feel is back. I'm back to my 2011 self. Oh man, start over. The real is back. The feel is back. I'm back to my 2011 self. I guess the real is back. I was in love with poetry. We fell off. I guess the feeling's back. So let me take y'all back when I was 15, dreaming of schemes, running with my squad. We out here chasing our dreams. Life hitting us hard. We never really know what it means. We just know get it by any means necessary. Even if we had to do the unnecessary, rob a man, drop a man, check a man's pockets, pray to God. The guy's not watching, but hoping that God will watch us, because children is out here dropping like a step shot. Every time I flip a channel, another kid shot. So I add to my list of childhood friends to meet the end and wonder to myself, will it all end? Man, I've lost a friend for every single age I've lived. I'm 18, feeling 43, I'm aging quick, and I can't take it. Lord, I'm stressing, please don't take my brothers. Lord, I'm stressing, please don't take my mother, because I don't know what I would do. I already have no pop, so tell me, who do I run to in this world made for the selfish? It's like kill or be killed, live or you die. Tell me why, and then ask me how. We gonna live if we die. Tears on my phone as I'm wondering why. Tears on my phone as I'm wondering why. We so young, and we ain't even get to taste life. Exclude a man that ever chose the path to take life. I wonder if you sleep right, because there's some mom out there, yeah, she crying, she can't sleep at night. A dad and just blaming himself because he ain't living right. And she's already stressing overdue bills. Now she break down, asking God how this grade gonna get filled. As I stare at my best friend's face, emotionless filled, they tell me he's in a better place. But I know it ain't true. Y'all know the dirt that we do, but heard that God is forgiving. So Lord, please will you forgive him and me for all of my sinning? I couldn't cry, but somehow still in tears. As I flash back in all the years we used to kick it, you played the instrumental, told me get to spitting, tried to impress you with a freestyle. Truth be told, it was a written about the years spent in the class. All the goals that we would pass and the girls that we would smash, how we gonna make it out the city and we never looking back. You know, all I seem to do is flash back, look up and think back, how you was right there in my face and yet so very distant. RP to all my brothers, I forever miss you. 'Tis on my phone cause I'm wondering why. 'Tis on my phone cause I'm wondering why I ain't died. Cause Lord, it could have been me, but for some reason it ain't. So please, all my loved ones, look down on me as I proceed to write this poetry. 'Tis on my phone cause you R.I.P. We good.
So that was a poet from South. I got confused because Prep didn't actually have a poet for round 3 and round 4. So that was Mount Michael.
9.9, an 8.9, a 9.5, and a 9.6. Applaud that poet. All right.
Good high score.
Yeah, great scores.
Well deserved.
Definitely well deserved.
I am a sophomore at Duchesne Academy, and this is Lamp Patrol. 7:04 p.m. Twilight illuminates the stars, and my father devours public broadcast television and Cheez-Its. As I scurry up the stairs, small again, an architect to towers of blankets and tangled feet toppling over my parents' mattress, I am a worn but never insignificant teddy bear. Nestling into the crook of my mother's elbow, I let her squish my cotton shoulders. We revisit our warmest television reruns, marveling the 7th viewing no less than the first. 7:51 p.m. I trespass onto her pillow, sweet talk, worm my way out of a scolding into her motherly instincts. She'll stroke my scalp with quill fingernails, hush clumps of hair with the feather of her knuckles, the wings of motherly love. Circa 8:45 p.m., the rays emanating from the television stretch far enough to pull down the blinds, safeguarding her eyes. Their lullaby coos her to sleep, sometimes still sitting upright with springy neck-pushing chin to collarbone, glasses always askew, dangling vicariously from the tip of her nose, mouth half pursed. In the most polite oval, she nods off with no regard for her surroundings. My job is to flip her lamp switch, watch the cascading light halt with the click of a knob, and leave her with her dreams. 24 hours later, when homework chains me to my desk, exhaustion rusts the gears of logic, pushes me to the descent of my bed covers, my mother's creaky voice staggers through my door, calling my name in half-slurred syllables because her lamp is still on and sleepiness will not allow her to turn it off. Taut sighs escape my mouth, breathy expletives between perfectly angled pillows and wool socks engulfing the ankles of my pajama pants, a space heater twinkling against my toes. I will not heave myself out of this bed just to flip her switch. I will not. But still I do it. Following the trail of hardwood grain, fingers grazing the sandpapery beige wall, I christen a kiss on her forehead and call lights out. Still I do it, because one day I will still be small, but no longer the teddy bear, instead searching for one to clutch. One day my mother's embrace will not reside just down the hallway. One day I will watch our reruns alone. There will come a day when her bulb will burn out, and the only lamp I'll have left to turn off will be my own.
All righty. That was Duchesne Academy. So just dynamite writing all through that round. A lot of range in that round. Yeah. Kind of brutal stuff.
I like how she comes full circle with the lamp at the end.
9.0 and 9.3. Applaud the poet.
Be careful clapping, like if you do it, like do it out.
I wondered about that at one point.
All right, so that is that closes round 3. Duchesne or Mount Michael is up now to open round 4.
All right, my name is Nash Kelly. I'm a sophomore at Mount Michael.
Great smoothie cat.
My poem
is entitled Possible Title, and now I'm going to tell you why applesauce sucks. Eat an apple, rich in flavor, produces a satisfying crunch, makes you slurp the juicy inside. But applesauce, made with apples, but no crunch, made with water, but no juice. Separate, they are great. Together, they are nature's snot. It is made with a static, ascorbic acid, which looks like cocaine. Google it. What happens if a batch is made with cocaine? Mott's would be the victim of lawsuits. We better stop the production of Satan's sauce. It is made with ascorbic acid, used to maintain color, a chemical created by German chemists in 1933. Nazis? Children eating applesauce, made by Nazis. It is made with God's tears, better known as high fructose corn syrup. Mercury poisoning, being obese, liver damage, leaving you hungry. It's not worth it. It's not physically attractive either. It looks like liquid sandpaper. Sounds like mud. Listen to the blech when you put it on your plate. It's like a watery jelly mixed with poorly ground corn husks. Do you people want to eat watery, chunky jelly? People, listen to me. We need more apples and less applesauce. A world with applesauce is not fit to sustain life. Applesauce, a saucy fruit that satisfies all that accept the devil. Thank you.
I don't know. That ended with some religiously discriminative language against Satanists.
I don't know. I think we needed a little of that.
Yeah. You can always tell when Dan coaches a school because you get weird stuff from schools that Dan coaches.
Let's win it that way. We have a 9.2, a 9.0, an 8.8, a 9.5, and a 9.3. Applaud the poet. Next, we have Omaha South.
Applaud the poet until they get to the stage. Yeah!
And this next poet is from Omaha South.
My name is Christian Watson. I'm from Omaha South. I'm a sophomore. The poem I have today is Technology Takes Over. My brain's wires were deactivated by the electronic devices that have taken over my life. Yes, I guess this technical takeover has taken me by storm. And I let those cluster coils to fry me from my fingertips all the way up to my brain, slowly blinding my vision with a screen shining brighter than my future for now, distracting me from what's important. I let it though, because by loving something that can't even love back or could disappear without a trace, well, it can't be traced, literally, but I don't feel like tracing it, so I asked for a newer, better version. Yet this one sucks way more life out of me, but they're so helpful, so useful. Why would it ever deceive me? Too much power I'm landing over, I guess, as these gadgets range from size and breaks easily or can't even move. But I complain when it goes too slow, those moving faster than I have been. Some bigger ones with their mind-controlling ways I stare at all day, keeping me dazed. And the smaller ones, they're a major problem for me. It's been doing my work, allowing my brain to use such slow power that my brain's going from firm to mush. I let it though, because even though it connected me from people far away, it disconnected me from the ones in front of my face. And of course, we're friends digitally and all, but are they really my friends? What they say behind that screen, is it really what they want to say to me? I know half the things I say are true, but I started realizing I'm saying things I wouldn't even say in person. Like my one friend, he was telling me about a person he hates, but earlier that day, they were best friends. It's like, which side is real? I don't know how I should feel. I'm still temporarily blind by these graphics I have to look at to find the truth, but everything appears to be different. Why? This technical takeover has taken me too far, to a place that's really too bizarre. I lost interest in it. It's taking all my friends, but it won't take me. And they call it smart now. All I see is a dumb piece of technology.
All right. That was Omaha South. They're showing a huge amount of range this year. I don't think they have repeated a single poem in both of their bouts, so that's really cool. I try and do that with my teams to like get as many poets on stage, but it's great to see someone else doing it.
2, an 8.9, an 8.7, and a 9.3. Applaud the poet. Next, we have someone from Duchesne.
I'm using this one because it's louder and I'm not. I can't lower it, so we're just gonna leave it like this. Or he's gonna help me.
Best judge ever.
Yeah, thank you. Let's applaud him. Hi, my name is Faith Walker. I'm from Duchesne Academy, and this is titled After the End of You and Me. I don't want to write another hate poem. I've written far too many in my endless ill judgments, and I do not yet want to admit that you belong in that category. I loved you too recently for that. I can spot bad people, pin them to a wall from 200 yards, dodge them before they realize I could have been another victim. I didn't spot you, didn't catch your pettiness, thought your obsession with simple issues was a demonstration of empathy rather than an infantile scope of the world. I thought I could trust you. Your quiet ways and sharp mind spoke solid friendship to me. I never thought that that sharp mind would cut me out. You broke my heart. And right now, the cracks are leaking too much emotion to feel the hatred I know you deserve. Instead, I will cry, because the eyes will blindly emulate the heart, and they do not understand cracking.
All right, that was Faith. I think she's a sophomore from Duchesne, so relatively new to their 4-year team, but she had a really, really great showing last year and another one today.
2-1, scores please. All right, we have an 8.6, an 8.6, an 8.8, a 9, and a 9. Applaud the poet.
Now we have the group round, and we're going to give a moment for people to calculate.
5 minutes break. 5-minute break. We're new at this. I don't know if you can tell.
Judges,
5-minute break.
judges
You guys
over
have
there.
5 minutes. Judges.
Wonderful judges, please.
No, sorry,
Coaches,
coaches.
come over there.
Judges, take your break.
We're new at this. I don't know
Sorry.
if you can tell.
You can't.
That's on me.
You're good. 5 minutes.
All righty, so we're in a break now. I'm gonna give like what I think. I'm gonna give what I think are the scores. I could be way off, but this is what I think they are. So we have Creighton only had 2 individual poets, so they weren't able to get to rounds 3 and 4. So they've got a 50.5, but we really loved their writing.
Oh yeah,
clearly.
definitely.
So screw the scores.
They gotta come back.
Yeah. And then for then we've got next is Duchesne with a 106.9, according to my scores. We've got Mount Michael with a 108.0 on the back of some really strong writing, a good comedy piece, an unbelievable piece that we couldn't broadcast to you.
Yeah.
But I guess try and see Mount Michael's next bout, and maybe you'll get a chance to hear it. It was amazing. And then we have, and I think that was still, that wasn't quite the highest score of the bout, because then we have South with the 108.2. So on a like a hugely varied slate of poems from South. So
yeah, the round 5 is going to be really close.
Yeah, it really is. We've got, according to my scores, we have South and Mount Michael within a 0.2 of a point of each other. That's one of the closest bouts we've had this year.
Yeah.
And then Duchesne is still in striking distance, and they always bring it on group pieces.
Oh my gosh, I love their group pieces.
Yeah.
So good.
Like if I go out of Omaha, I still pull up Duchesne's poem "Crazy" from the first year.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Like one of the best. So they always hit hard on group pieces. So that's still like a sort of deficit they can make up. Let's turn the camera around again.
Oh no!
Just because it's fun to do. So that's kind of where the bout is at right now. It's a really exciting one. Great to see Creighton come out, even if they're not at full strength, so to speak.
How long have they had their team?
Creighton's been around since year 1.
Oh, okay.
So they're one of the original teams. They're also a first-year finalist.
Okay.
Showing up in semifinals a lot. So we weren't, like I said, we were recruiting late. We weren't sure if Creighton was going to have a team this year.
Yeah.
But they really, really showed up, and we're happy to have them back.
Definitely.
South has grown immensely under strong leadership. They opened their first bout with Kira Cobbs as well.
Okay.
And she's a real leader on the team. She's an amazing student.
Yeah.
Fantastically energetic and positive, a wonderful leader. And doing some varied writing between this piece and her first round piece from the other day. And then great pieces from, we have like racial, cultural, family identity.
Yep.
We had a piece dedicated to the memory of a friend who had just passed away. That is the current high point of or points wise, choose your own high point. There's plenty. But that was like the current leading moment from the bout. Score wise, and then their fourth round piece. What did we just hear from South? Sorry.
From South, we heard.
Oh, it was the technology one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So continuing a strong trend of scoring and getting to the audience with a lot of variety. So.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm excited to see their group pieces.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a break. I'm going to go check in on the official scores with the bout managers, and I'll have those back for you. It's very possible that my math is way wrong, so everything could change when I get back from the break.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll turn the camera around. While you're taking a break, you're at home, so maybe you're watching this on a toilet, so a bathroom break doesn't count for you.
But you should get a snack or something.
Yeah, get a snack, but also go to ltabgreatplains.org. Or newriters.org. You can donate to support this work.
Yeah.
You can donate to support it. And we'll be back with the group piece round in one of the most exciting bouts so far this year. So stay tuned. We'll be back. What do you you're a coach. You're not allowed to influence the live stream. Live stream influence. Can I see your official scores? Oh, okay. I thought you should. I thought I did math wrong. So it's 108, 109 for South? 109.
All right, we're going to get started in about 2 to 3 minutes. Your coach, get your hands together. Yeah, get your hands together and then start.
Does prep have a group piece? Yeah. Okay. Cool. I did. Yes. It was tell him thanks. It was a beautiful poem. Alrighty. So you might have overheard some of that. But I got an official scoring update. So it's even closer than we thought. My math was wrong on Duchesne at some point. So we have Creighton with a 50.5, and I don't think they have a group piece, so that's where they'll sit. But we love that they're here. And then we have Duchesne in third with a 107.7. We have Mount Michael 0.3 of a point ahead of them with a 108, and we have South with a 109.2. So, yeah, definitely. This is all of that is definitely a deficit that a Duchesne group piece can make up. That's Mount Michael always has creative stuff in group pieces that audiences respond to, and South is just, South is killing it, sort of. I guess they're about to lose. As much as we care, it's a show. Like, that's the silly thing about this. Is like,
we're here to watch the poetry.
Yes.
We just happen to be rating art.
Yeah. So we're here for a show, and there happen to be numbers, but the show's really cool. So, yeah, really cool stuff. Really great bout. Super impressed with everything that's been happening lately.
Yep.
And yeah, that's the update. I'll put those scores in the chat. Just pass the link around. If people aren't here watching this, and they're like, farting around watching March Madness or something, boo. Poetry's better, and these are high school students, so we're not exploiting their skills by not paying them and stuff like that. We'll get into the NCAA scandal on a later live stream. No, we won't.
Can you tell our feelings on sports?
So pass this link around. It's youtube.com/LTAB Omaha. It's the place to let people know.
I'm going to show you a mic check.
People here.
This is this mic up
they can
close.
jump into this live stream and see probably the most exciting.
This is this mic up
group
close.
piece round.
This is this mic back.
The most exciting group piece round that we have had in the tournament so far this year. So get them in here. Get them to check this out.
Up close. This is this mic backing up. We're going to start the group round in about 60
Sorry for telling
seconds.
judges to go over there. I meant coaching.
Everyone have their precious slam poetry students together. Are they all here?
Oh, we're getting started.
Oh no.
No?
Oh no.
We're gonna give it a couple, just 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna get started with the group round. Woo!
Poetry all day.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's at.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the group round.
Okay, so in this round, we are going to be hearing from 4 teams, 3 teams,
I'm gonna go
in this order: Duchesne, Mount Michael, and Omaha South.
You can fix it. You twist that bit. You know what?
Yeah,
it's really
we
have to move the mic.
Not anymore.
Hello, I am Margie Davey.
I'm Faith Walker.
Tree O'Malley.
Claire Benedicts. We are Duchesne Academy, and this is called More Than a Cat Call.
What? My hand. Great.
Oh.
Oh, thanks.
More Than a Cat Call.
I grew up in a city where catcalling didn't exist. At 14, I started wondering what was wrong with me.
If I wasn't inviting enough,
I wanted them to see me.
See me.
Who I am.
What my interests are.
What I want.
My aspirations, my wishes, my hopes.
Still think I am pretty.
Think all of me is pretty.
The first time a stranger took it upon himself to say,
Ay, caramba.
Hey, baby.
What a woman.
At me? It was dark. I was alone, and I could feel his words reaching up my neck, trying to strangle me.
Every time you comment on my looks, you drive home the point that they are all that matters.
A voice in my head still said, "See, you are pretty enough."
I wonder if this is what sex is like. I'll get so caught up in the fact that you actually like me when I'm told every day that perfection is required.
Perfection is impossible.
And I am not
Perfect.
perfect. I am not perfect. I will forget that I am nothing to you.
I am pretty enough to undress, to take hostage. When I am 15, I am provocative
and wonder exactly how my body provokes anyone.
That word taught me terror.
Fear walking alone without a fatherly leash.
In the dark,
and by alleyways.
Alone in my car. I could hear the word provoke everywhere. I don't want to feel pretty anymore.
You only want to hump me
over and over my head.
You think I'm stupid, probably easy, maybe innocent,
definitely simple enough to lure under sheets.
Innocent until proven guilty means nothing. When a college freshman violated, pleads for justice, and an officer tells her,
"Don't press charges."
No one will believe you. What were you wearing? Drunk and easy.
You saw me. Saw more than I wanted you to, more than I said you could.
They call her on the streets and say, "Please me," to remind her what choking feels like.
I don't want to feel pretty anymore.
That was what I was talking about.
Yep.
When I said Duchesne has strong group pieces.
You can also hear the kind of hush over the audience when they're done.
Yeah.
Art. All right, we got a 10. We got a 9.8, a 9.6, a 9.2, and a 9.4. Applaud the poet.
That was Duchesne scoring or bringing in only the second 10 of the bout. Like I said, do that well.
This market is closed. This market is far.
And that's Tayson.
Hi, I'm Thomas Stakula.
I'm Taeson Kim.
I'm Kevin Arul. I'm Joey Reckon. We're from Mount Michael.
And this poem is called The Flood.
2/3 of the world's eggplants are grown in New Jersey. I'm starting Twitter beef with myself at Jonah Hill. OMG, look at Kim Kardashian's butt. Hashtag relatable.
Mark your tweet and see how fast it fades. A drop of water in the ocean, slowly overfilling with things that mean nothing.
Starfish do not have brains. Find out why this 87-year-old looks younger than this 20-year-old. Hashtag eaten tonight.
For years, I've stood fast in essays, novels, plays, punctuated sentences, separated lists, a grammar guru's godsend. I am semicolon.
I have lasted longer than Facebook updates. The wrinkles on my skin trace back to old forests and pastures testify to the forgotten. They testify that the world is overflowing with the mundane. Wikipedia pages, blogs, endless news briefs.
You better run because Red Queen is coming.
Nobody wishes to call upon me. Students no longer desire to use me in papers for that I'm smarter than you because I know how to use a semicolon look. Instead, I'm slung in their phones next to a parenthesis to create a winking smiley face.
Since the birth of Bush, people stopped hand painting on the wall.
I built this ark to protect the golden past from decay. I gather things long cherished that the present overlooks.
I look down at these clothes I've worn for centuries. Wire-rimmed glasses, tricorn, knee-length overcoat, pocket watch of finest gold.
I gather piles of cassettes with inky tape spilled like snakes. I gather sculptures of marble, handcrafted stone, and fragments of Sumerian pottery.
But now I've been butchered by the youth, a youth too ignorant to know if the word "you" is spelled with one letter or three.
Since the camera painting is useless, with the email, the letter is not needed. With the emoticon has been obviated, the semicolon. Video killed the radio star.
Our world is a library of twilight that I am trying to preserve. I keep language, her sonnets, constellations you can no longer see because of the glow of street lights.
You see me now as a winking smile, not a scholar. But what is so wrong with the winking face? There is no right or wrong, only a song.
Art is a part of a hectic society. changing. Let the art change.
I hold fallen stars in my art, keeping them safe for now, I hope.
My tricorn is now a flat bill.
I see tomorrow, and it is now.
I keep them next to maps made by dreamers.
My overcoat is now a hoodie.
I keep them next to rays of sunlight no one can see.
The Twilight creates a new world, just as did Shakespeare.
Blinded by screenlight.
My pocket watch now a set of earbuds.
Facebook updates will be sonnets.
This is me in the now.
Snapchat.
This is me now.
Snapchat will be the medium of a new masterpiece.
A new dark I fear.
And we shall remember all the fuss and worry of the drowning, as if it were only
Hashtag Midsummer Night's Dream.
Like I said, creative stuff from Mount Michael's group pieces. What'd you think?
Those guys are really cool. It's an interesting take on technology, changing it into art.
A 9.3, a 9.2, an 8.9, and a 9.5.
The audience likes them too.
They sure did.
We have Omaha South.
All right. So that is a, I'm going to do quick math. Ooh. Oh boy, I'm a poet.
Oh, it's going to be so close.
So that's a 27-9 for Mount Michael, which I think means that Duchesne passed him. This is South to close it.
My name is Joshua Garcia. I'm a sophomore.
I'm Kirsten Walter, and I'm a junior.
Kara Cobbs, and I'm a junior.
My name's Anna Marie Castro, and I'm a freshman. And we're from Omaha South.
This is to the girl no one talks to.
Shouting matters, but she can't find the words. Running the same in this route lost. She doesn't see the signs. Cussing, spitting actions she won't taste. Whispering a melody she doesn't want to hear.
Listen. These words I've bundled up in a basket for you, with edges of the blanket tucked, wondering who knit them. With every action and vowel I've ever wanted to express to you. And a death-like aching song that flows rhythmically in stiff hair. It's a beautiful song singing every moment you are silent. Notes tumbling down your body. Wake up from this coma, this dream, this sleep, or whatever you're deep into. I pinch your skin, but I'm slightly afraid it might crack and leave evidence crumbling in the guilty crevices of my fingers. See, in my nails lie a foul burden.
Don't we have enough blood stapled to our feet? How much fuller can our eyes get with pointless aggression? How many different masks does it take before you eventually fade away?
Away to the point where no one really notices you. Something about those brick headphones flexible for you when you can't take the laugh and your others crying. The waves take them between your ears as they scream.
Let me in before the silence melts you.
Walking on the hallway, turn your head to avoid faces. Faces that ignore you in a damp public classroom with bodies in their desk.
Maybe she's just sleeping.
When she's over the toilet on all fours, clearing her stomach of all the rude comments.
Dirty looks.
All the stress.
Fingers suctioned against broken tile, deciding which color to change into.
Green, purple, blue.
Help me!
And her grunts.
I hate you.
As she inhales.
Walking back to the classroom like nothing ever happened. My mouth doesn't open, eyes only twitching. Billions of people in this world, and I never would have guessed that my own brother got through every day with 100% air in his body. Maybe if I'd have listened to his lucid stories or fell asleep next to him, actually listening to him talk to a breathless ceiling until one day his skin couldn't take it. And I peeped through brother's room to see a rope hugging his neck in the ceiling and his feet dangling silently. With every action and vow I've ever wanted to express to him and a death-like aching song that floats rhythmically in stiff air. There is a beautiful song that sings ever since he went silent. Walking back to the classroom, a gray in her eyes, a blue in her smile.
No.
I would help you, but
Maybe I'm wrong about you. It's not my problem. It's not my business.
Until I watch her body, same weight as my brother's, leap over the staircase.
Girl in the bathroom.
Find the words.
Girl in the hallway.
Look at the signs.
Girl, I want to know.
Listen to the melody.
I would help you, but don't let it be too late.
Don't let it be too late.
Don't let it be too late.
Don't we have enough blood on our hands, questioning the hatred we carry?
or that was Omaha South. Great work. That piece has grown a lot since their first bout as well.
Yeah, even just from last week.
Yeah, really polished. So.
A 9.8, a 9.3, a 9.6, and a 9.6. Applaud those poets.
All right. So that's a 29 even for South, a 28.8 for Duchesne, and we have that was a 27.9 for Mount Michael in the group piece round. So yeah, some cool stuff.
Okay, if you were okay, when we're done in here, they're just about to start the group piece round in the next room if you're down for some more poetry.
Which you should be, because it's amazing.
Yeah, poetry. I don't know if you know this, but we're stalling for time while our bout manager.
No, all the poets on the stage, because now we're not stalling for time. Is it okay?
Bring it up, bring it up.
All the poets on stage, your big round of applause.
Woo!
And now we're about to announce the point.
Yeah, silly points.
See if we can get all the poets up on the stage. It's a small stage.
It's a little, yeah, it's a little bit little this year.
Someone almost fell over.
We're in 2 rooms, so they literally only had enough platforms for this much stage.
Can we do it?
Oh, and
I think some of Mount Michael's just
Yeah.
kind of chilling on the side.
the stage is to code.
Okay, so in 4th place, we have Creighton Pratt. In 3rd place, we have Mount Michael. All right. In 2nd place, we have Duchesne. In 1st place, we have Omaha South.
All right. So a lot of Omaha South takes the win, but clearly an amazing bout from pretty much start to finish. That'll stamp both South and Duchesne's tickets into semifinals, I believe.
Yeah.
So there'll be 2 of the 8 teams going into semifinals.
They're obviously very excited.
Yeah, some emotional reactions here. And why not? Because they should be.
They laid it all out there today.
Yeah. So yeah, what sticks out to you?
I've always really loved Duchesne's lyricism with all their poetry, but also with Omaha South, they had a lot of really good ways of talking about some really important issues. There's lots of musicality to their pieces, and
Yeah.
things like that.
And a lot of let's turn the camera to show those champions actually. Yeah. Oh, live streaming now. I'll tell you more in a bit. So they've been like. So yeah, there's our champions for this bout and moving into semis. But yeah, great team unity, great range in these poets. Just a lot to be proud of. Clearly, they have fun together as well, which is great.
They work really well together.
But I love the personal way that they wrote about bigger issues. You know? They not just race, but race through the lens of a family. And through the lens of losing someone. Just really strong stuff. Coached by DeVal Crisp, who is one of my favorite poets in town. So no surprise that they're great. No surprise whatsoever.
Yeah, well-deserved win.
Yeah. So that brings us to a close for today's bouts. We will be back tomorrow at 5:30.
Yes.
Right? So we'll be back at 5:30 right here from the ballroom. You can be here if you're in the Omaha area. There are simultaneous bouts tomorrow as well that you can come to and check out. Pass the word along. Donate at ltabgreatplains.org and ltabomaha.org and newriters.org.
And then also ltabgreatplains.wordpress.com for the interns.
Yeah. Check out the interns' work. And thank you, Sarah, for jumping aboard.
Thanks for having me, Greg.
And simulcasting. Or what? Simul hosting? I think that's what we did.
I like it both.
Co-hosting. Let's. Yeah. Did you hear that high five? It was pretty righteous.
Because we did that.
We did a high five. So yeah, that's our bout, and we'll see you tomorrow. 5:30. Pass the word along. Get down here if you can.
Be there or be square.
Yeah, be there or be a regular quadrilateral. And we will catch you soon. Okay, bye.
Bye.
This is where the signature sign-off would go if I had one. But I don't.